Hi guys, this is NGDX from the author's blog, and today I have a book called Rage in the Jungle, Raj on the Street by Doctor Kesi. It's an unusual title and an unusual cover. So at first glance, you might not be able to decipher the concept behind this cover. So there is a half image of Buddha on the right side and bullet and blood marks on the left side. So you might get confused what the book or the concept is all behind. But as you read on the story, things will get clear. So Dr. Kesi is an English professor and he has been teaching English language for quite a while. So let's see what this book has in store for us. So this book basically revolves around 4 central characters, which include a political activist called Nima, her husband Dr. London, a labor turned Maoist Sambhu, who later joins Nima's group to pursue an encounter space called Buddha. Now this story gradually develops from an average read to a page turner as you go on with the flow. From one person's perspective to another's, jumping from one state to another, it leads to an unexpected ending. Now I'm not going to reveal the basic storyline of this book, which will of course spoil your reading experience. So with that said, I would like to move on to the high points of this book, which makes it a delightful read. Let's move on to the highlights of this book. Now, I would like to start by mentioning the language. It's beautiful. And from a master of English literature, you cannot expect anything less. The use of language is more of like a voyage, a sea journey, in which the author takes you from the very beginning of literature to its very depths. The use of polished language, beautiful adjectives, and the masterfully placed metaphors make this book a flawless, delightful read. Now the second point which I would like to mention is the detailing in the book. Dr. Kesi goes into minute details, personifying very common scenes. And some of the scenes are so beautifully presented in the book that you cannot miss a single phrase. Given that you have a strong backing in vocabulary or you have Merriam-Webster to help you out. The next thing is the characterization. The characterization in this book is very strong. Dr. Kesi has done a wonderful job by entangling different characters from different aspects of life into a common storyline. The transformation of characters from the beginning to the ending is wonderful. It's one thing to watch out for. And special mention to the characters of Sambhu and Nima, who goes through a great transformation in this story. Now the storyline. Now the story might not be up to the mark. Of course, this is my personal opinion. The story failed to rivet me as a reader. At certain points, the story loses its pace, which tested my patience. But thanks to the phenomenal use of English language and the author's beautiful narration, it hooked me till the end. Now, a special mention to the writing style of the author. It couldn't be any better. It is at par with the general stuff that we get in Indian literature nowadays. And to some extent, it beautifully covered up the damage caused by the storyline. Being the first fiction book from Dr. Kesi, I would say it is an interesting read. You must definitely go for it. It is a journey of love, thrill, patriotism, passion, adventure, all folded in 250 pages. Now initially I would have rated this book 3.5 out of 5, but thanks to the phenomenal use of language and the beautiful presentation, I would like to give this book 4 out of 5 stars. And you must definitely go for it if you want to experience something different other than the usual love romance. So that's all I have to say. Signing off, the NGDX.